All right. So we have been testing Mica and Gang right now. And as I have kind of thought about it, it seems doable. However, there's a lot of caveats on it. But first, let's show off kind of like the damage that we're kind of having with this team with Mica, Diesel, Ludmilla, Guillotine, and Modernia. We did about 1.873 mil, and then we have another team that we tested. We had Litter, Blanc, Ludmilla, Noir, and Modernia. So this one doesn't have guillotine. So this one has 3 DPS, right? Ludmilla, Guillotine, and Modernia. Meanwhile, this one has 3 supports instead. Litter, Blanc, and Noir instead. So, but this team did more damage, 2.173. As you can see, that's about like 300 mil difference right there. However, there's one thing. This team that is on Mica can go for more. The issue is right now, I just haven't hit the breakpoint yet. And there are a lot of things that I want to say, but wait, hold up. Yeah, so as you can see here though, however, as with this team, you can pretty much do unlimited ammo in here, and you actually don't even need to burst. I forgot to do bursts here. You actually don't need to burst, and you can do unlimited ammo easily on Ludmilla. You can do it with about just 2 ammo on Ludmilla and it would be easier. But for Guillotine and Modernia, I think for Guillotine it is possible with 2 overload of max ammo capacity, but it's kind of it's cutting it close. And Modernia, I think you kind of would need 3 because of she has a debuff here for the max ammo, so you kind of probably would end up needing 3 lines. For Guillotine, you need probably high lines rolls with 3, with two at least. But I think for best experience, you would need at least 3 lines of max ammo. So, and Diesel, I would say 2 is also doable, but I need a high roll of 2. And yeah, actually two is fine. And then Mica, I would say 1 is fine on max ammo, but the issue with it is she kind of needs some ammo on skill 1 level. In any case, it's a team that does kind of work, and as I mentioned and shown earlier, 2.173 with the bunny girls, but this one is 1.8, almost 1.9. It's about 10% to 15% weaker. But okay, here's the caveat on this team. There is a lot of investment necessary. So for Mica, here's the biggest issue. The skill 2, in order, you need the max level on it because it needs to reduce this requirement on how many normal attacks before she gains a stack. Because the way really how we're using Mica is all about increasing that stacks. And with Diesel, you get this skill 2, and once it reaches 10 stacks, it will pop and then it will restore the magazine. So that is the unlimited ammo on this, right? And it is pretty rough with just this skill 2. And if your units, your other machine guns, have only 2 lines of max ammo, they do struggle. Other than Ludmilla, Ludmilla's fine with 2 lines, but like for example Guillotine or Modernia, if they only have 2 lines, they would struggle a little bit. There's probably a little bit more requirement before they can reach this quote unquote unlimited ammo. And right now I haven't really reached that unlimited ammo just yet because I need Diesel's skill to level 10 because my equivalent on max ammo on my guillotine is 120%, and for my Modernia it was like well, it was 68 plus 56 at the time, and then now I just recently rerolled, and I got suddenly I got lucky with this 40% here. But I do need more skill too. Now, however, if your guillotine or Modernia has like maybe 180% max ammo, I think it would actually work out. It's actually probably you would get away with like lower skill level, for example, on Diesel. So yeah, and so for Mica, you really need the skill too if you want to ever entertain that stack playing on stacks. So this is this playing on stacks and increasing this with based on like the normal attacks. There are other units that increases stacks, right? Like for example, Pepper is probably the most the easiest example. When she bursts, it increases the stack count buffs also. But the thing is, that's the thing, you need to burst. What is the difference between Mica is within this 150 normal attack, that is 7.5 seconds. So that means in 15 seconds, you can get 2 stacks more. So that is the main advantage of Mica, is she increases with 2 stacks. And in that situation, the thing about this team is how can you make it so that you can your Diesel can do unlimited ammo, because that is like your kind of goal on it. You want to have it in a way where you have enough max ammo to get Diesel into max ammo. Now you guys are just gonna think about it, wow, that's like a really expensive theme, right? Like, because now you are investing a lot into other units. So like some people that haven't even invested in guillotine and like Diesel and Mica, obviously. So yeah, that's really expensive, right? Meanwhile, like, you know, you have Blanc, you have Noir, you have Litter, like almost everyone like invests in them, right? And that's why. And is there any other team where Mica could really go for? And the question more on that is there any other unit which can take advantage of dropping the stacks and increasing it back again? Not really. Like the other thing is probably Tove, because Tove sometimes like drops her stacks. However, and remember the other team when we were cooking with Tove, the latest video where I had cooking with Tove, you could keep this burst indefinitely, and the thing is, Mica was not able to sustain it that well. Yeah, I have 1 max ammo on Mica, and you know, I tried with Resilience and Bastion, and she wasn't really keeping up that well. And the thing is, like, that's a 10-second buff, right? So that's a 10-second buff, and she wasn't keeping it up well. And I think it's more just like probably just bad timing or whatever it is. But yeah, it's definitely has something to do with how this takes 7.5 seconds. And if somehow like it times it wrong, when this 150 normal attacks happen, you could end up just not having that reset on the stacks for the burst. And so, can Mica sustain the stacks? It's very inconsistent or unreliable if it's like 10-second buff. Yeah, that kind of leaves us to like kind of very limited options, and if anything, yeah, I can't really even think of any options right now. There's Laplace with she has increasing stacks, and that's not, I would say the ideal situation for Laplace is just bursting with her and then just like letting her restack it normally just by autoing and just have her with high charge speed. And so yeah, even Mica doesn't really, you know, provide that much for Laplace. And not to mention also, it's like Mica has to have it takes 7.5 seconds, and Laplace stacks only last for 5 seconds. So there is like that chance also that you're not gonna just increase Laplace's stacks while she's bursting. So overall, it's just really difficult to make Mica work. and with all the current units right now. However, as you guys can see again, like from the DPS, right? Basically, it does have the potential and it can get to it. I think wait at least probably 2 days more and I will have probably better report on this particular team. So we will see in about 2-3 days the infinite ammo team, how it's gonna work out. I'm hoping because by that time I will have enough for skill 2. Yeah, it just kind of sucks right now, and I don't want to overextend my resources because it's not like that super necessary. I'll just wait it out. I'm just making this video because a lot of people have been asking like, how's Mica, how is she? Remember the video that we did earlier about like, oh, what about her potential on it? Yeah, there is potential, and as you can see, I actually think it might be able to do it might be able to catch up with that bunny girls team that we just did with 2 right there, 2.3, 2.1, and then 1.8. I think it might be able to do it. However, yeah, it does require a lot of resources, both on skills and overloads, because yeah, you have to overload Mica, make sure that she has ammo, same with Diesel, and that's something that not a lot of people are willing to do right now at this stage in the game. Shift up, please give us more resources for skills and rocks. And then also not a lot of people have invested guillotine. However, yeah, as you can see, there is some potential to it. TLDR, is Mica worth? Right now, no. Would she be able, would she have potential? Yes. If I have to say what I would do, if I'm not whaling, like, you probably don't need multiple copies because this burst is only for 5 seconds. So yeah, it might not be as necessary, and her core is more about her skill too. Another pretty expensive thing, but for people that's probably maybe are fine just waiting for the next year, I could see that also. But yeah, if there's any unit that's probably going to benefit on stacks, I think she might be a potential. Seems like a good situation to buy Mica with tickets on next Christmas if there's a new synergy. That's true. Right now, it feels like there's nothing right now, right? There's not much synergy right now. And if you try to get her now, then you're banking on the situation that she's gonna, there's gonna be other units that's gonna be playing around with stacks. But there is a potential also, again, just beware that you might end up having to wait for a whole year. So like if somehow, some way, mid-year around June, May, or whatever, or that there's a unit that actually takes advantage of Mica, well, you're kind of crap out of luck. You have to wait until the next Christmas. That's about it. I'm just making this video. I will definitely post a follow-up update once I can get Diesel to max burst, or max skill 2. Yeah. Yep, that's about it. And then I'll see more if there's anything else we could cook up with. If there are some things that people want me to test on Mica, yeah, just leave a comment below, and we'll see.